Mm. You and Dini gonna be the turned ones.
What up? What up? What up? How you doing? How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So today I was wanting to talk about the spiritual context of markets in an introspective manner. Um, but I really want you all to understand what we're doing this for. You know, we're investing for the future. We're investing to make in not make ends meet, but for our future selves. So I'm in. If today, if I started to invest today, I'd be investing for my 40-year-old self, my 45-year-old self, my 50-year-old self, so that they can thank me and we can have a handshake agreement later. And when you have that spiritual context to understand that you're doing greater for yourself in the future, um, that's an inherently spiritual nature. There I listened to this guy name is Myron Golden. He came up with this concept called be do have. And in order to have the things or have the possessions that you want to have, then you have to be the person that you need to be, and you have to do the things you have to do in order to be the person you have to be, in order to have the things that you get. So in order to acquire certain things in this life, you have to actually become the best version of yourself, or best version spiritually of yourself also. Because even if you acquire those things, you know, even if you acquire those things physically, you're always going to be lacking spiritually. Okay, I have some feedback. I don't know who that is. Probably it's probably Nene. Yeah, I think she turned it off. Okay. Um, but what I was wanting to look at today was Twitter and go through some different stocks that we can see. Because the reason why I'm on Twitter is because most of the stock market gurus or the stock people are on Twitter. So just as you guys go to school to probably see your friends, where my friends are at is on Twitter. You don't really see a lot of traders on TikTok. Do I got some feedback anywhere? Let me, Mari, quiet yourself. Let me mute you. I gotta mute you, bro. There you go. So wait a minute. It might be Zoe. There it is. No, I think we're good. So when I'm looking at TikTok, I'm looking at the different traders that's in these different markets. Um, I know Wall Street Jesus. That's one of the guys. His actual name is Sang Lucci, and he had a big loss last year. He wrote up an article about him losing over $1 million last year. And although he's a big stock market guru, it's crazy that you could lose $1 million and you could still just keep on going. Uh, and he's still in the market. And although he's a loser, he's over his years he's acquired so many, thousands and millions of dollars that it really doesn't matter if he has a 1 year loss, because you're going to have losses. And the spiritual context of a loss is saying that, okay, even if I lose, I just get up and try again. Because you can you can be at wit's end in life, and if you give up because you lost, I need. Zaya, you good? Look like you texting, girl. What's going on? Okay, so the spiritual context. You good? Okay, the spiritual context is just to say that I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do my best at at trading. So what is he looking at today? So he said the best and the rest. U.S. equity 12-month forward valuations. So in as you can see in 2015 it was going up. In 2018 it came down, and then it went back up in 2020. Then it came down in 2020 with COVID. Then it went up, like it just went crazy during 2020, 2021 after COVID. And then it's been trending downward ever since. However, it bounced back up in 2022, 2023, and then it's just been going back down. So these are just the equity. U.S. equities mean stocks. So when people say equities, securities, um, equity means that you have an equity stake, equity portion in that certain particular company. So when you see equities or stocks or preferred stocks or common stocks, um, that's saying that you have a share in that particular company. Cumulative of FOMC participants discussing the election at FOMC meetings in general election years by election year 1988 through 2016. So if you don't know what the FOMC is, the FOMC is the actual it's the Federal Reserve. So they have FOMC meetings, and the Federal Reserve will probably talk about them in depth later. But you really need to keep your eye on the Federal Reserve because they kind of control the markets. We think that it's Donald Trump, but it's not actually Donald Trump or Joe Biden that controls the markets. It's actually the FOMC participants that control the markets and tell you where the market is going to go to. So if the FOMC comes out and says that we're going to be raising interest rates, that affects the market. If they come out and say that we're going to be lowering interest rates, that means the market is going to go up. Usually goes up. You remember we were talking about semiconductors yesterday. Semiconductors. Who can name the semiconductors that we were talking about yesterday? Zoe, you're on mute.
No. Um,
You said you don't know?
you, you mean like those things that label the? No, 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 no.
I know Mari knows.
All right.
We were
Uh,
talking about the semiconductors yesterday.
Is one
oh,
technology?
You said what?
Is one technology?
And they're in the technology space. I would say that. Exia.
I can't set my phone up.
wait. Is it the stocks?
Yeah, what stocks? What semiconductor stocks were we talking about yesterday?
You want like specific ones?
I can't remember exactly. I know. I'm trying to think. I got one,
We
but
were
I'm
talking
trying.
about them yesterday.
You want a specific one?
Yeah, a specific one.
Oh,
You said the Nvidia people, the ones who make the chips.
Exactly. So if you look at, remember Nvidia was shooting up and Intel was shooting up. If you look at this stock is kind of a laggard behind Nvidia and AMD. However, we can see that in November It went from under $90 to over 100. So it went up almost $15. So that would have been a good move to get in, but I mean, it's still at that breaking point. So if these are trend lines, that's what we can talk about also. Do you know what a trend line is?
Tremor.
Isn't that just how good or bad the stock is doing that day?
No.
Is it not?
Um, it's not. But I'm gonna log in. I'm logging in right now, and I'm gonna show you guys trend lines. We're gonna do some technical analysis today. So the trend lines is the actual technical analysis. If you if you look at this, this is the actual chart, right?
Mm.
This is the actual chart, right? Come on, I need somebody.
Wait,
I need y'all to contend with
what,
me.
what was the question?
Is this the actual chart? What is this?
It's a graph.
Yeah, it's a graph, but this is actually an actual chart, and it's not pretty. Um, Here, let me come over here. Uh, Stop sharing. Share screen. Here it is. Okay, let me see. Let's come over here and let's zoom in real quick. Okay, if we look at the actual chart, let's say NVIDIA. And when we're doing trend lines, see, certain stocks have certain movements. And what what are the movements based off of? I said this in the first day.
Um, I forgot the word.
See,
Start with a
this is
V.
why I need y'all to stay with me. Um, as a matter of fact, I want from now on, I want you guys to bring pen and paper, and I want you guys to hit on these high points and be taking notes. That way, I know that you're sticking with me and you're understanding because I don't want to have to go back through subjects. So they move because of money coming into the markets. Now, when the money comes into the markets, it makes the stock go up. Now, you see at the bottom here, do you see my cursor going
Hmm.
along the bottom?
Hmm.
If you see the bottom, what do you see happens um, when the stock is going up?
Let me click
What do you
on it.
see happens when the stock is?
I see. Um,
Well, you see the
I
green.
see. I see your
You see,
volume. Your volume change.
yeah, your volume going up exactly. So the volume when the volume spikes up, it usually means that a new trend is setting up itself.
Hmm.
Now, this was at the top. There should be high volume also to actually stop. So this was a high volume candle, and then this was a high volume candle, but it went back down. So So you have to be weary of high volume because high volume comes in to make moves and it comes in to stop moves. So right here, this is what I call a moving average, this line. But right here, you can see the volume ticking up. So it goes from this little bit of volume to this little bit of volume, signifying a climb, and it climbs up. So when money comes into the market, volume
So
goes up
volume.
because this is volume is people acquiring the stock. And the only
Okay.
reason why it's red, now volume is people acquiring the stock or people selling the stock. The only reason why it's red is because it lost in that on that candle. So it started at the top but ended lower, which made it a loser. But when it starts at the bottom, so when it starts, let me zoom in closer. Let me see.
So when you see your volume, it could be it can create a good or a bad climb.
Yeah, volume can create a good or a bad climb, or what bad climb meaning a loss. So this volume, you see how it's at the highest percentile,
Hmm.
of the volume. It created a stop, which led to it going back up. Now this is a weekly chart. That means this one candle is worth 1 week of moves, which is 5 days in the stock market. So when it stopped, the volume started to tick up, which was at one of the highest percentiles. If you look, it's close to the top of where volume, close to the top of where average volume is. So we're saying the average volume is probably like right here. It's above that volume, so it's a high volume week. And as it trended upward, look, volume peaked here and it came back down. Why does it come back down?
because it
Can
re-
anybody?
because it reached the peak.
It reaches a peak, comes back down in order to go back up.
So to go back up, just like how there's a stop at the bottom.
How about this? How about this? How about you're buying? You know something about shoes, Mari. You're buying a lot of shoes. You're buying Nikes, and the Nikes keep on going up in value. Say, for instance, you bought them at $100, but you keep on buying them. You bought them at 100. They went up to 200. You bought another pair. You bought another pair at 300. You bought another pair at 400. Then when it gets to $500, you're like, I'm going to sell all my pairs and take my money. So I don't know that there's a lot of, like I said, the money runs the market. So there's a lot of coordination with banks and everybody else. There's kind of handshake agreements of when we're going to stop the stock. And that's with people that are in the know of buying and selling of stocks. Now, you'll be in the know if you do what? If you make friends with the traders. That's why I'm telling you, if you want to know about drama, where do you go? Zaya, Zoe. if you if you want to know about drama, where do you go? You go to the shade room, right?
No,
Hmm.
usually my friends just call and tell me because I don't be
Well,
paying
well,
no
well,
attention.
well, celebrity drama. If you want
Yeah,
to know
like
about celebrity
celebrity.
drama, if you want to know about celebrity drama, you go to the shade room.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, or
but
TikTok.
or TikTok or something like that.
Yeah,
But if you wanna understand stocks and understand what the latest moves are, you got to follow people and you got to be in the know of what people know. So that means you have to stock the stock market. like a like me. Like if you look at me, I can send you these lists. That's me. Uh, where is the list? No, you're not even looking at it. Let me pull it back to over here. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna uh, I'm gonna add something. Uh-oh. I'm gonna keep this there, but I'm gonna add something to the actual. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Uh, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll probably do it later. But I'll go back to. Let's go back to Twitter. Uh, there it is. So I'm gonna send you guys this list of people that I follow. Really, all of my list. These are all my lists that I made up. Stock tips. So just people or news organizations when I want to come see something or get insight on what's going on. Because when you think about Twitter, it's a news organization. It has news feeds on every level of the website. So I'm gonna send you all of the people I follow. I want you guys to get more insight. Here goes investing. And I know that we have to do some investing today because you guys, I think Zoe and Zaya, I think you guys are going to be buying your first stock, right? First stocks. Yeah. So since you guys are doing that today, let's see what's a good deal. I know I'm all over the place. So based on technical analysis, technical analysis of what you know. Wait a minute. Based on what we covered yesterday, what's the best stock to buy right now?
Um,
Where would I go to understand the best stock to buy? Now, this is a website where you can look at the good stocks.
Forex.
No, you remember we were going to groups yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Based on the groups, we look at the weekly performance, we look at the monthly performance, the 3 month performance, because we want to see how long these stocks have been doing good, right? We
Uh,
don't really just want to invest in. We don't want to invest and then our money goes right back down, right?
yep.
So looking at it, what's doing well right now? Over the last 3 months,
Technology.
technology has went up 13% as a whole. So when we click on technology, we come over here and we look at some different stocks. We
Mm-hmm.
see that Apple isn't really doing that well. Now I looked at something today, and Apple is losing the ability to check your heart with the watches. So Apple is losing a lot of contracts, and then with them losing the ability to check your heart rate with their Apple watches, that's going to be a bad thing for the future. It's going to be it's going to be tough for them. So the reason why I know that is because I follow those people on, or I looked at the different news organizations on Twitter or X. That's Apple. Now you don't want to buy something that's trending downward. So what you can do is come up here and say current volume. You
Your
remember when
your
you
screen
remember?
froze on my side.
Yeah, we can't see what you're doing.
I
We
thought.
still on the 3 month performance thing.
Oh, there it go. There it go. There it go. It's good now. It's moving.
Okay, so I click here. Uh, that's why y'all can't see. Uh, it goes to another screen. Um, I can just go here. Stop the screen share. Hate that I got to do this over and over again. Okay, so technology. So, like I was saying about Apple, it's actually went down, and that's because they can't use the heart rate monitor, or they're about to lose the capacity to use that. So, what do you think up here that we should kind of filter our in order to find a good stock?
Mm,
I can go through all of these.
average volume.
Average volume. Why?
Um.
When volume goes up,
Oh yeah, when volume goes up, it's the
it could be making a move.
yeah.
How about we use relative volume? Because relative to what it usually is, relative volume is okay. If I'm on average, if I'm just walking every day and I get chased by a dog, if I'm walking every day and I get chased by a dog, what do you think my relative volume, relative running is going to be? It's going to be up, right? Because relatively, I'm not doing that all the time. I'm just walking around most of the days. Most of the days I'm walking around, I'm eating, and I ain't really doing no physical activities. But if I get chased by a dog, relatively, relative to my average day, it's going to be up. My intensity in running is going to be up, and
Mhm.
I'm probably going to get to the house and I'm going to be like, "Whew, I ain't ran like that in ages." So relative volume, we want that to be over one because
Um.
we want to see what type of volume is coming in. Now, when we get over two, we're gonna see that stocks are gonna go down. But I mean, that's cool too. But if you look at the if you look at the bottom here, that's making really really big moves. But you don't know why they're making the big moves. But it could give you some insight into what's making a move at this point in time. Like Duot. I don't know what this is. However, it's $3 and relative volume is up. It just did this breakout right here. Who can tell me what this is? I know we didn't go through support and resistance, but this is support at the
Let me.
bottom. This is support at the bottom, and this is resistance at the top. So once it breaks through resistance, it usually makes a move. But that's not always the case. So relative volume. Look at relative volume being up. This shot from $2 to $4. That's 100% increase. And then it went back down 50% today. See, you see, you don't really want to get in these type of plays. That's why I would suggest that you stick with stocks that's over at least $25. I would say, let me see. Let's look. Where's the price at? Do y'all see the price? Here it is. Over $15. Because we don't want to have to deal with the cheap stocks. Look at this. ELTK. What is the reason? What is the reasoning behind it? And if you go over here, it's going to tell you, like, different articles, but I wouldn't get mixed into that also. I mean, because they're all, a lot of these people are trying to sell their stock. So I wouldn't get mixed into all that either. But if I were you, I would stick with blue chip stocks. Now you can go venturing down that alley, but you would have to know what a good stock is. So when I come here to the map, I want to see a large cap stock. And usually large cap stocks are really, really big. On this map. So Meta, Microsoft, Apple, AMD, Nvidia, Walmart, Costco. Now I don't know about the drug makers because I don't really mess with them. Tesla. Tesla right now. Tesla is a good buy. The reason why they're trying to a lot of people are shorting Tesla because they don't really agree with Elon Musk right now. But I mean, as you can see, it goes down, it goes up, goes down, goes up, and right now it's at a important point of what? Anybody? Can anybody tell me what Tesla is doing? Oh, wait a minute. Can anybody tell me? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm gonna. Y'all got to tell me when I'm not on the page. Sheesh. Let me see. Can anybody tell me what Tesla's doing? Where Tesla is at? It's at an important point of what? What is this line? What is this blue line? You said what? I can't hear you. You got to turn yourself on. You got to turn your mic on. Somebody said it. It's at the support line. Come on now. So with this being at a support line, you would expect it to go up in value. So this may be a good buy right now. I know it's a good buy. Why? Because the top is at 300. It's a blue chip. I don't expect for this company to die anytime soon. Well, it's a good buy for me. I'm not saying that it's a that you should buy it, but it's a good buy for me. So I'm gonna be looking to put a little bit more money into Tesla here in a second. Um, we're gonna be talking about crypto next time. I think that's all I have for you guys today. Um, do you all have any questions?
What's that purple line?
The purple line is the resistance. So resistance means that it has to break out over that point in order to break to the highs, right? Saya?
Yeah.
So you put that there yourself, right?
No. Finviz, when you go to finviz.com, I'm gonna put it in chat.
Come on. That's crusty.
Now I want you all to bring notepads and paper next time so that you can pay attention, please. Make sure that you're getting all the insight that you need. I don't want to have to walk through these concepts too many times. And in the next few weeks, I want to have you guys trading, at least paper trading, by um, in the next 2 weeks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. That's it. All right, guys.
All right.